Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Oh boy, this is one of those must-see videos here. I had a comment on somebody was they're getting ready to go on a trip through Central America and Mexico, and they're going to be doing barter. They're going to barter their way, and it's going to be man and wife and his kids, the whole family, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be an experience. And but anyway, what it did is it brought to my attention, I've talked about barter a lot, but I've never really said those words. I never really said how to barter. I really never said that. But let's do a little bit of history. Okay, bartering was the first means of, I don't really want to say commerce, but it was the first means of a society working together. And now, I mean, we're talking about a society, we're talking maybe 2 or 3 families. And so it could be that little. So barter, let's see. Yeah, so when you barter, let me see, how do I say this? When everything was done through barter, life was much simpler. And this, when he was talking about the bartering, it made me think. I all the time talk about gold and silver. I mean, there's probably about that many of you that know what I'm talking about. That's why I tell people, get gold and silver. I don't care if you don't know anything about it, get it. Because gold and silver is for barter. I know you all think in dollars and cents. There's no sense in dollars and cents. That was created, the commerce was created by government. They used government, or the government needed a way to control the people. Buenos dias.
Yeah.
And one of the best ways, the very best ways to control people is control the commerce or bartering. They had to stop the bartering. Bartering doesn't have anything to do with government control, so they had to stop that. So through time, they were able to convince people that commerce was the way to do things. The convenience of commerce, the convenience of having money, and you use the money to buy things. You don't need to barter. This is a government kind of type of thing, and it's been going for thousands of years. The government has to get taxes. Government needs money to victimize its population. It needs power. How do you get power? They need money, so they had to create money. Then they had to create the idea that people needed money. Once they focused on money, then they started focusing on work. And once they can work, and then they're going to be given commerce. They will be given some type of monetary type substance. And of that, the government wanted to produce that. That's why governments make their own money. And then now you have to use their money, and now they get to take some of that money from you. So they've got you convinced that you need money. And now that's why everything is so screwed up. And I was talking about how messed up, insurance, education, government, everything is so messed up because it's focused on money. And once you get focused on money, you lose the whole idea of producing. You don't produce. You don't learn skills. Your focus is on making money, not learning skills. It's money. And that's why everything is so messed up. And that's why I have a hard time with society. With this. I have a hard time understanding how everybody is so messed up and why their focus on life is not clear. It's not where it should be. So and what it is, everybody is focused on making money. You think you need money for everything, but it's not. It's barter. And then again, I've owned businesses all my life, and my family owned restaurants business when I was born. So I was born into the business world, and the business world back in the 50s was not focused on money. They used money, yes, but that wasn't their focus. That's what everybody's focus is now, is money. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. We're going to start. This is why I'm a little fuzzy when trying to understand greed. When I was, 15, 16 years old, I got on my motorcycle, and I was born and raised in Topeka, Kansas, and it's a northern state, and a northern town. The state isn't. Half of the state is northern, half the state is southern, and that means something, and maybe one of these days I'll explain. But anyway, I went on a trip. I think it was in July, and I went to Canada. And so this must have been 1964, 65, something like that. I went to Canada. When I left, I had like $10 or maybe $12 in my pocket when I left. And I went up to Canada, I went straight north, and then I went over to Niagara, and I crossed at Niagara, and then I came back. When I got home, I had $18 in my pocket. Okay, what I did is I bartered just about the whole trip. And when I needed gas, I would stop in a gas station. You gotta remember, I'm 15, 16 years old, stupid, don't have any skills. And but there's still a need for people like that. And so I'd stop in a gas station, I would wash their tools, clean tools, put their tools away, and clean up the parking, or not the parking lot, but the lot where they put the gas in. This was back when they put the gas in your car for you. And I wouldn't do that. That was what their job was. But my job was to clean up the place, and if they had oil spots, I'd go get some dirt, throw some dirt on there, and rub the dirt in, take the oil out for the concrete, and so, and then I would do that for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and they would fill my tank with gas. Like I say, it's a motorcycle, it doesn't hold that much, and then they would give me, maybe 50 cents or $1 for doing that. And then I'd go on down the road. So now at that time, gasoline was running maybe 10, 12 cents, 15 cents at the max per gallon. So So in other words, a quarter would go a long ways. A matter of fact, that quarter, you know, like I say, they give me 50 cents, you know, 2 quarters. Those quarters were made of silver. So it wasn't that I was doing work for 50 cents or a half a dollar. I was doing the work for about a half an ounce of silver. Okay, then I would get hungry. I would stop at a restaurant. Restaurants always need help, always. I'd stop at a restaurant and you know, wash dishes. Well, I was more skilled in restaurants, so I could do cut up the meat, the vegetables, and then after they found out I had some skills, otherwise they started me on washing dishes, and next thing when I looked and I saw something needed to be done, I'd ask them if they want me to do that, and then that's when they found out I had restaurant skills. So then I could work in a restaurant, and then I would get maybe they'd give me maybe $1. Work through the day, you know, a good 6-8 hour day, and they would feed me. So you know, and I think at that time wages, I think, was $1.25 an hour, or $1.25. Yeah, $1.25. I think it was no, it was less than that. It was less than $1. But when I went into the oil business, it was like $2.50, and that was in the late 70s. So in the 60s, I would say it was probably, you know, 65 cents, something like that. But you know, like I say, I would get paid, and they'd just go on and pay me, and then I would get on down the road. So a lot of times I didn't work. I would work like a lunch shift or a breakfast shift or a supper shift, something like that. And then I would get paid, like I say, $1, $2, and then get on down the road. And you got to remember, they're not on all of this. I'm not on anybody's payroll. There's no taxes, nobody's got to pay any taxes, no nothing, you know. So I did that, and then I'd have to sleep at night. I'd go to hotels, and I would ask them if they had work to do, because I needed a place to stay. And they would find work for me, and then I would do work, either laundry or you know, cleaning, maintenance, doing some kind of maintenance kind of stuff. But you gotta remember, I was still young and not too smart. So in other words, I would be helping somebody do the maintenance. And so I'd have a place to stay through the night. And I needed it up in Canada. It was cold, even in July. And the mosquitoes, it was an experience. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I was wearing a pair of sandals, a pair of cutoffs, and a t-shirt. That's what I wore when I took off to go to Canada. I was young and very stupid. So, like I say, so if you need clothes, you same thing. Salvation Army was a good place, and it still is now. Now, all of this that I just talked about is a person that's in transit. Now, nowadays, it's hard to do all that stuff. And the reason is, well, you're not going to do it with McDonald's. You're not going to do it with any big company, that's for sure. Because all of them are all concerned about liability. They're all worried they're going to get sued. So forget any of that kind of stuff with them. But anyway, that was my first experience with bartering. Now, I know at our restaurant, we would have people come to our back door that are in transit, that were poor, I don't know, disabled, all kinds of people. And we always, well, at the restaurant, and remember, I was young, and they always gave food to everybody. They never turned anybody away. Now, me, I'm different. I don't, remember, I push taking personal responsibility. And personal responsibility isn't taking a hand out. Personal responsibility has everything to do with giving a hand up. In other words, you're helping somebody up, or somebody is helping you up. That's what it is. But you just don't just give stuff away. I don't. Even at my restaurants, I never gave food away. And what I would do is I would offer them work. And the people that didn't want to work, maybe I would give them some bread. I still don't, you're going to get something. But if you work, you will get, and even if I say even one shift, just work through the shift, like through lunch or through supper or through breakfast, any one of those, I want to feed you and I want to give you money. So, and the reason is I came from the small business world. Small business, you don't get rich by money. In small business, you get rich by being good to others, by helping others. That's how you get rich in small business. And the rich isn't measured in dollars and cents. That's why I say I'm probably one of the richest people in the world. And it's not so much the dollars and cents, but like I say, you do make dollars and cents. But, well, like I say, I've converted all of my dollars and cents into gold and silver. But you still, the richness comes from helping others. And you can do that when you own a business. That's one reason why I promote owning a business.